In today's episode, we are going to be surviving 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. This is a seed that I've chosen prior to starting the world, as if I'm going to be playing somewhere for 100 days, I want it to be somewhere that I enjoy. So I started just like every other world by chopping down some wood and making my first set of wooden tools. I put the wood sword to good use straight away by gathering up some food and we started exploring our world. I came across a small cave with some coal and got ourselves a furnace to cook up our food. And whilst I'm here, I might as well take the opportunity to upgrade our tools to stone. And just before day 1 came to an end, we came across some more cows and slept in our bed. Come on, you didn't think I was going to kill the baby, did you? I'm no monster. After a little more exploring, we finally came across a village. Now this is important as this will be our main way of getting full diamond armor and tools without ever having to go mining. Now that we've found the village, I spent some time gathering up the hay bales, killing the iron golem, which in case you didn't know takes forever with a stone axe, as well as collecting all the beds and as many bells as I could find. I cleared a small area of land to make a box that the villagers can jump into but can't get back out of. And then I rung the bells and waited for them to come running. It took a bit of persuading, but eventually we did get a pretty good number of villagers to fall into the box. And that was pretty much everything that we managed to get done in day 2. I did my first villager trade on day 3, however I quickly realised that wheat wasn't an item which is easily obtainable and time consuming to get. So I took myself onto Google to find out how to get a villager with a stick trade. I grabbed myself a couple of fletching tables and set them up. It didn't take me long to realise that oak saplings really weren't going to do the job. I made my way over to the nearest spruce biome I could find and gathered up as many saplings and wood as I could find. And that's another day gone just like that. The next couple of days were spent harvesting wood and then trading it with my fletchers to build up as big of an emerald stash as possible. I think this guy decided to go on strike. Anyways, we continued chopping down trees and trading with our villagers. As you can see, by end of day 5 we have a nice stockpile of emeralds. I also built up the walls around the villagers to prevent any escapees. Skipping forward a few days, I spent the time chopping down trees and trading with our villagers to finally start getting the diamond trades that we need. Now I made a bit of an error here and wasted a lot of my time and resources. I didn't realise that my armourer villager still had another level to go to get the chestplate and helmet enchant, so I started with another one thinking that I'd get different trades. Day 10 is the day that I realised I'd messed up, as you can see by the stunned confusion of not moving because there's no helmet or chestplate. And yeah, after a quick Google search, I realised I was an idiot. And just like that, we managed to get a full set of diamond armour without ever having to go into a mine. Now that we have some decent armour, I went and explored my first cave to get some iron, as chopping down trees with stone is way too slow and we still need to max out our toolsmith. And that's the end of day 10. How's this guy going to try charge me 14 emeralds for a fortune pick, but 31 for a bell? I bought myself 2 of these pickaxes, just so I can combine them and get fortune 3. Day 12 was spent doing some mining, fighting off creepers, and we found something pretty interesting. Okay, so I've literally just stopped recording, and as soon as I did, I literally come across an ancient city. I don't know if there's actually an ancient city down there, or whether it's just a skulk. But it looks like there's, I think that's an ancient city. I've not actually come across one of these yet in 1.19, and I know they're really difficult, so I'm not going to bother with it yet, but I've saved the coordinates, so that at some time when I get a bit more brave, we'll come back down here, and yeah, we'll get exploring this. Day 15, I made a small auto smelter for all the materials that we gathered, as well as done a few more villager trades while we waited. We chopped down a few more trees, as well as crafted ourselves an anvil from the iron that we just collected. Day 16, we started work on combining our tools to get fortune 3. As you can see, I wasn't very happy with the price, but it had to be done, as well as our axe to get efficiency 4. And of course we had to do a bunch more wood collecting to get our emerald supply back up in order to unlock the diamond tool enchant. We finally got it unlocked, and we're also getting a healthy little discount here as well. Although it's nice to have the villager trades, we are going to need to get an enchantment table maxed out, as there will be some things that they won't be able to provide us, so I started work on making a small sugarcane farm. Day 17 I started off like usual, another round of wood harvesting, which we then used to create a small cow pen so we can start collecting leather. I grabbed my wheat and started the tedious task of taking these guys back to the cow pen. 2 isn't really going to do the job, so yeah, that's a lot better. We're now going to be needing a wheat supply, so I'm just going to put a temporary farm here. That'll do the job for now until we get something a bit more permanent in place. Days 15 to 18 was spent in the mines gathering as much materials as possible. As you can see, I've been super busy off camera, gathering up stacks of logs, as well as getting ourselves a mending villager, which is coming really useful. We then cleared some land in order to make some room for our starter house. So I'll leave you guys here with a short time lapse of the house build. Day 33 started with harvesting our cows for leather, and the food is always nice to have too. Since we're about to have our enchantment table set up, I thought it was about time to get into the nether to get some easy level. We straight away got to mining quartz, however it didn't take long for things to go wrong. Yeah, even with diamond armor, the nether is still far from safe. Anyways, we went back in here to gather some more XP. I can't lie, I really thought this was it right here. I generally thought I'd fall into my death. We had to come back out of the nether earlier than I wanted to, as I only had 2 pieces of food left, and as you can see, that's another day gone already. Day 34 and I got completely distracted from what I did the day before, and I started work on building a perimeter around the base. Day 38 and we took a break from the wall and spent some time to set up our enchantment table. Given the amount of wood that we've been needing, I decided that for our first enchant, we would do an axe, and I definitely wasn't disappointed with that. We also took some time to expand our wheat farm. Eventually a lot of the surrounding fields around here will be crop fields. And yes, you guessed it, some more tree harvesting. I won't bore you with another time lapse yet though. Days 39 to 40 I spent finishing up the walls surrounding our base. This seriously took so much more time than I thought it would. And yeah, I know I said I wouldn't put another one in yet, but come on, I just couldn't resist. The next few days were spent getting some money from our villagers, as well as putting a front gate onto our defences here that we built. Yeah, I definitely meant to do this, I didn't run out of fence gates at all there. Okay, so I literally must have been in the nether now for like a solid hour and a half, 2 hours. And I finally found a fortress. I also came across the bastion, which I didn't record it just because it took so long. I must have been trading for like 45 minutes just to get these pearls that I got here. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to have to go find something else, otherwise I'll be here all day. So we ended up with all this stuff as well. But yeah, what we're going to do now, we're going to get some blaze rods and then we're going to head back. So at least then we've got everything that we need to make our way into the end. You guys have no idea how happy I was to finally get to this thing. And now that we're finally into the fortress, all that we need to do now is get ourselves some blaze rods. Luckily I managed to get some fire res from the bastion, so these guys really weren't too much of a challenge. I now have more than enough than what I need, so let's get ourselves back home. Okay, so we are now back from the Nether, and as you can see, we got some decent stuff. We only got 13 pearls. I was hoping to get a few more, just in case we do get some breakages along the way. However, the only thing is I have this armor, and it is not very good. Now, I feel like I could defeat the Ender Dragon with this armor. The only thing that I think that I will need is to get a bow. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to trade up with our villagers, get up to level 30, and once we've done that, we'll enchant our bow at level 30, and then I think that we'll end up going to the Nether. I feel like that's sort of the best option. I'm not going to sort of get up close to him if I can avoid it. So yeah, we're going to play the long game here, and yeah, we'll get this bow sorted, and then we'll make our way off to the Nether. I don't think I'm going to bother with trying to get any more ender pearls. I'm hoping that if I do have a problem, there will be some in the chest there anyways. So yeah, let's get straight onto it. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can all guess what's about to happen. Day 54 was spent making sure that we had everything that we needed before we travelled to the end. So I made these villagers here into some fletchers and grabbed a whole bunch of arrows. I do already have a bunch of golden ones, but I thought I'd just get some extras just in case. As well as getting a bunch of leather and the other materials that we need, such as the ender pearls and the blaze rods. I also crafted an ender chest, which was a bit risky considering I only had 13 pearls to start with. I also took another enchantment table with me, as once we kill the ender dragon we're going to have a lot of levels which we can use to get better protection on our armour. We crafted up our blaze rods, had a nap, and then set off to find the end portal. Yeah, you would have thought I would have learned from the first time doing this. Yeah, I never saw that pearl again. Okay, so we've just made our way down, and as you can see, we've come across some wood here, but we've also come across some diamonds, which is pretty sweet. So we'll grab these up while we're here, we might as well. And get those. And we are... Okay, I was expecting this to be the... Oh, we're here. Okay, sweet. So here we are. We've finally made it down. Into the stronghold, and we now got the achievement. So here comes the part of trying to actually find where the portal is. Now these always take me forever because I'm not very good at this. I know that the speedrunners and all that can find these like instantly, but however, I'm not that skilled. So I'll probably just cut back as soon as I've got to it. Aha! Finally, that took so long. And then, ooh. Okay, I'm so lucky that I found those 2 extra pearls, I think. Will I have the right amount? Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Okay, yeah, so let's just jump in here and we'll get this over and done with. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, so now that the dragon is out of the way, all that we need to do now is get ourselves an elytra. But before we do that, let's just get ourselves some better armor. Okay, now that's 10 times better than what we had before. Well, 4 times to be precise. Now, I can't even begin to tell you how happy I was to see this straight away. Normally I spend literally hours running around the end trying to find an end city. And finally, we managed to get the elytra. Now I can't lie, I think that shulkers are the most annoying mobs in the game. Like, they keep on hitting me with those little things they shoot and flying me up into the air. It was so frustrating. We got what we wanted, so let's head back home. Now that we have an elytra, we're going to be needing rockets, which require gunpowder. So we built a mob farm, which has been around for a while, but it still works really well. And of course that then meant that we had to do an AFK session there. Obviously this is way more gunpowder than needed, but it will be coming in handy soon. But for now the goal is to get Unbreaking 3 and Mending onto our elytra. I spent around 15 minutes breaking and replacing this lectern, only for my villager to give me an Unbreaking 1 book. But it took this long to get it that I really didn't want to lose it, so I just thought I'd combine them all together. And now we won't have to repair our elytra every 2 minutes. Day 79 started with a search for a desert biome, which I still haven't found to this day, so we just had to settle for these little pockets of sand here. But anyways, let's go get ourselves some netherite armor. So yeah, there wasn't a single piece of ancient debris, so let's try that one again. Yeah, I'm really not having much luck here. But we did actually manage to find a couple of pieces while strip mining. As you can see, we currently have a grand total of 7 ancient debris, but we have ran out of TNT, so I guess we have to go back to our AFK farm. And after around an hour and a half of AFKing, we got about 18 stacks of gunpowder, but the farm currently isn't at peak efficiency yet due to mobs still being able to spawn at night. Now all we need is some more sand, so I'll treat you all to a quick montage. Yeah, that should be enough. I just really want to get this netherite armor before the 100 days are up. So yeah, this turned into a much bigger project than I'd planned. I kept on running into so much lava and just kept on wasting so much TNT from it. But nevertheless, we eventually did come back out with everything that we needed. Days 94 to 99 was spent gathering all the materials needed to make an enderman farm, as well as getting mending on as many of our tools as possible. And finally, after 100 days of hard work, we finally have ourselves full netherite armor. Okay, I just want to say, if you did get this far into the video, I really appreciate all the love and support you've been showing me. This video took a long time to make, and obviously we're now here at the end. We're at the 100 days, and as you can see, we've done an awful lot, I think. We've got our house going on, we've got our perimeter all built, and we've got the mob farm, and obviously we've got all of our villages over there, which we've been doing over the last 100 days as well. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, please give me a big thumbs up. Also hit that big red subscribe button if you haven't already. And hopefully I shall see you guys in the next video. Peace.